Well, huge change coming to the C-suite at United Airlines. Longtime CEO Oscar MUNOZ is stepping down as CEO and will become the executive chairman. That will happen in May 2020. The current president at United, Scott Kirby, will take over as CEO at that time. Yahoo Finance's Adam Shapiro, the co-host of On the Move, joins us now. And Adam, you spoke to both these executives recently.
Yeah, we spoke to them during United Media Day on October 25th, and already there were rumors that American Airlines was trying to woo Kirby back to replace the CEO there. Because remember, MUNOZ hired Kirby away in 2016, and it's Kirby who has helped rebuild United. Think of MUNOZ as being in charge of employee morale and customer service, and we remember that video.
Yes.
But he has been, look, they have rebuilt the airline in so many ways, and it was, the flight attendants, all 25,000, went through new training. They brought them all to Chicago for this. But then you look at Kirby, he's expanded their hub system. We used to talk about the hub system that the airlines use about a decade ago. They've expanded it. They've increased capacity 4 to 6% a year with an intention to continue that for 3 years. So when I spoke to Kirby then, he had already said, I'm not going back to American Airlines. That obviously today is an absolute confirmation. But he talked about the risk to United because of the shares. As they increase capacity, would there be a price war? Here's part of what he said in response to that.
We've increasingly seen, as we've invested in the customer experience, we've invested in the customer product, that customers are choosing to fly United Airlines. And so we're able to outperform even in a difficult macro environment because of the investments we're making and the improved operation and customer experience that are causing people to choose to fly United.
Part of the way they did that, they removed seats from aircraft and put in more expensive seats because the margins are larger.
I was going to ask you about the customer experience because in the last couple of weeks, I've been on 2 different airlines to California. And I got to say, my experience on United was so much better. So aside from the legroom, the seats, what is it when it comes to the training of just the staff that you've seen a difference and heard from the management there?
I'm going to share a story that MUNOZ told us back in October. He went on a tour of the airline after he had his heart, by the way. He had a heart transplant in 2016. He spoke with different flight attendants and all of the personnel, the baggage handlers. And he tells a story about a flight attendant who started to cry. And he was listening to what are the problems, what can we do? And this flight attendant said to him, I'm just tired of saying to the passengers, I'm sorry. So they don't do that anymore because they don't need to. I mean, customer service has improved, the on-time arrivals. They've rebuilt the airline, but it was a team effort with Kirby in charge of the planning and the hubs and the aircrafts, and with MUNOZ in charge of employee morale, but restoring customer service. I think everybody can find something to complain about when you talk about flying, but the share price, it's more than double. It's 50% since MUNOZ took over September of 2015.
Yeah,
I was on a United flight about a couple weeks ago, and the guy next to me, it was his birthday. How did I know that? Because the flight attendant announced it to the entire cabin.
That's a little too much.
Real quick, people say this is a big surprise, but this is a transition that's being announced to the shareholders. It's not going to happen until May, and MUNOZ isn't leaving. He's going to be the interim chairman for a year because Jane Garvey is going to be leaving the board.
Cultural transformation, right, which is one of the hardest things to do in business, is to get the culture right, the training, the morale of your employees, because that's who you interact with.
And who better than Kirby to run this thing? He's an Air Force Academy grad. Let's start there. So.
Well, and now in hindsight, you wonder if it means that from the moment Kirby was brought on, this was the plan.
It's a great question. And we'll get an interview with him and we can talk about that.
All right. Thanks, Adam. Good stuff.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.